Okay, we are driving across the Rainbow Bridge from Niagara Falls, New York, where I live, to Niagara Falls, Canada, and then we're heading to Toronto to, there's Niagara Falls there, you can see it. It's always spectacular. Our destination is the Toronto Motorcycle Show. So we're heading to the Burlington GO Station, which is the commuter rail state transit system for Toronto. And then we're gonna go from there to the Enercare Center where the show is. And we're gonna go check out the Can-Am Spyder RT Limited. Hi, my name is Chris. I'm a minimalist. I'm on the GO train heading from Burlington to Union Station in downtown Toronto. My ultimate destination is the Toronto Motorcycle Show at the Enercare Center. Okay, we are in Union Station in downtown Toronto. This is a beautiful train station. I actually could have gotten off the GO train at the exhibition stop, which is right near the convention center where the motorcycle show is, but I'm going to actually check into my hotel, which is right close to the station here. My plan is to sell my car, a Hyundai Kona, and I love my car. I've got a great car. My KTM 890 Adventure, it's a great bike. I love it. I have a lot of fun with it, but I'm going to sell those two vehicles, and I'm going to have the Can-Am Spyder RT Limited be my sole conveyance. And you know, if I lived in Florida, that might be a little bit more practical, but I live in Western New York. I live in Niagara Falls, and we get snow. We have winters. I realize I'm going to need to use Uber a little bit. I'm going to need to rent a car sometimes. My hope is that it is a reliable vehicle, because I've heard mixed things about that. For the most part, they seem to be pretty reliable, but I've also heard some horror stories. But you're going to know if you follow this channel, and I hope you do, you're going to know, because I'm going to be riding this thing on my adventures. I'm also going to be riding it to the grocery store on a regular basis. So it's going to be kind of a commuter vehicle for me. So if this thing does have reliability issues, you're going to know about it. We're here checking out the Can-Am Spyder RT Limited. This is a 2024 model, and I'm not sure when it comes time for me to purchase if I'm going to go with a new 24 or a leftover 23, and I'll explain why later, but this is a pretty awesome looking vehicle. This has some optional equipment on it. Those lights on the floorboards, I believe that's optional. I don't think that comes standard, but this is a awesome vehicle. In terms of cruising, in terms of touring, long distance, this is the vehicle to do it in. From everything I've seen, from everything I've read, this is it. Tons of storage space, incredible stability. You know, coming from a two-wheel motorcycle and having rode motorcycles for all of my adult life and even before that, this is going to take some adjusting. It really is. This is more like, from what I understand, riding a snowmobile in a motorcycle. And if you don't know, and I'm sure most of you watching this do know, it's called the Spyder with a Y because it has a Y chassis. That is two wheels in the front, just like snowmobiles have two skis in the front, and one wheel, the drive wheel, in the back, just like snowmobiles have the track in the back. Lots of storage. This new TFT display is much larger than the 23 model. I'm going to just pop this and see. So one of the things I don't like is this, and I'll explain why later, but if you use the display with your phone, if you want to connect your phone for Apple CarPlay, you put your phone in there and you hook it up with these cables. And quite frankly, I don't like that. So whether I get a 24 or 23, my guess is I'm going to get a quad lock, mount it right here, and use my phone for my GPS and, quite frankly, everything else. Big saddlebags. So you can see the room in there. I mean, they're very deep. They're not as big as you would think from looking at them from the outside, because you got this space here. I want to call it wasted space, but Can-Am had to have a reason for designing it the way they did. This top case is huge, and I mean really huge. You can see you've got USB charging. Where is it? Oh, right here. And you can take this off pretty easily too by just unscrewing this, and you can pull this off. Not sure if you buy an RT Limited or a Sea to Sky, one of these that comes with a top case, I'm not really sure why you would ever want to take that top case off, but they have a system, people do it, so there's got to be a reason. This has a little less room because of this, I guess what they call a hump here, but it's still a very roomy case. One of the things that is difficult if you've got a motorcycle is checking tire pressure and filling up the tire. Now on these front wheels, you can see it's pretty easy to get to the stem valve. So checking and filling the tire pressure on the front wheels is probably pretty easy. But the rear wheel, I'm not sure how that's going to work. And I'll show you why. You've got to find the stem valve. So these bikes don't have a chain. They have not a drive shaft, but a drive belt. And so you've got to find the stem valve and work your air pump hose into that through the drive belt. Like, that must be murder. But obviously they've been building these things like this for years, so people do it. So originally I thought that I'd keep my KTM, sell my car, and just be a minimalist with just a motorcycle. But I live in Western New York, and one of the problems that I immediately foresaw is that on days when we would just get an inch of snow or a dusting of snow, when I would never take out the motorcycle because of the nature of two wheels and the rounded tires so the motorcycle can lean, that would ground me or immobilize me a lot throughout the winter. The Can-Am Spyder is different. So the Can-Am Spyder, not only does it have 3 wheels instead of 2, but if you look, the wheels are car-like. The tires are flat, which means that they are much more grippy. The contact patch with the road is much more, substantive than a motorcycle tire. And not only that, this thing weighs 1,000 pounds compared to a 500-pound KTM, and what that means is that added stability. Now, I'm not going to ride this thing when we have blizzards. I'm not even going to ride it when we have a few inches. But if we get an inch of snow and I need to go to the grocery store, it's not going to be perfectly safe, but neither is the car, right? So that's one thing that appeals to me. I'm probably going to lean towards a 23, and the reason for that is the 24 changes aren't really drastic from the 23. They changed the switch gear a little bit compared to the 23, or the 2020 to 2023. And then the big change is this, the instrument display. And believe me, I love that. It's bigger, it's TFT, and it's touchscreen compatible. The problem is the touchscreen doesn't work unless you're stopped, from what I understand. And the other thing is this has Apple CarPlay, and I do like Apple CarPlay, but again, you've got to plug your phone in. You got to put your phone in this glove box, plug it in to use Apple CarPlay. And so I'm probably going to lean towards, if there's leftover 23s, and I believe they're around, and at dealerships in Western New York, I'll mount a quad lock right here, have my phone right there in addition to the display, and there you go. And here's the plan. In early April, I'm going to sell my car, sell my KTM, buy a Can-Am Spyder, probably a 23 leftover RT Limited, and I'm going to go on some terrific journeys with this thing, and I'd hope you'd join me. This is a brand new channel. I really would appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel. Whether you're a minimalist, a Can-Am advocate, or just someone who wants to go on some great adventures. Thank you so much. I appreciate your patience with this video. I'm kind of new to this, as you probably already know, and I appreciate your patience. Thanks, and goodbye.